From the Detroit Free Press, I'm Kayla Cockrell with today's Free Press Voice Briefing. It's Monday, March 6, 2023.
Reporting for the Detroit Free Press, I'm Miriam Marini. The owners of nearly 2,000 parcels across Detroit believe their properties were overassessed and have appealed with the city in an effort to reduce their property tax bills. City tax assessments measure how much a property is worth. Property owners had a 3-week period in February to contest these assessments with the city's assessor. This year, appeals for 1,987 parcels were filed. This is an 18% increase from the number of appeals filed in 2022. Almost all owners who appealed this year successfully got their assessments reduced. Property owners who filed appeals through the assessor's review but were rejected or think they deserve a further reduction in their assessment can appeal at the March Board of Review. The March Board of Review begins sessions on March 7th.
I'm Susan Tompor, and I'm a columnist with the Detroit Free Press. We are about 6 weeks away from the tax filing deadline of April 18th, but filers are already being warned about a surge of tax-related scams. The Internal Revenue Service says one scheme, now being promoted on social media, actually encourages people to use tax software to manually fill out their own W-2 form for their wages and tax statement. You pick the employer, you pick the income, and create the fictitious number for taxes already withheld from that phony job. No, this is not a good idea. It's fraud. Taxpayers risk a great deal if they get caught, including a wide range of penalties. You could be looking at a frivolous return penalty of $5,000, and you run into the risk of criminal prosecution for filing a false tax return. Other scams. The pop-up phone number. Some consumers report seeing a pop-up phone number on their smart TV or other devices that appear to be from places like TurboTax, but actually turned out to be from scammers. The scammers are trying to gain access to your bank account information to withdraw money. Be extra careful about picking the right tax preparer too. Last year, a Detroit tax preparer pled guilty to a scheme that involved creating business losses for tax filers from a non-existent business. The idea was to generate a bigger tax refund through such programs like the Earned Income Tax Credit. The fictitious business might be a lawn service or a cleaning business. But, tax tip, you can't claim to run your own business if you don't have one.
This is Phoebe Wall-Howard, an automotive reporter at the Detroit Free Press. Ford Motor Company has applied for a patent on an idea designed to try and get people to clear up car payments that, when all else fails, could lead to cars driving themselves to repo lots. Ford Global Technologies filed the patent application in 2021, and it was formally published at the end of February for public review as part of the process. This overall strategy is about sending messages to people who own and lease and rent cars. This could mean messages popping on a smartphone, on the screen in the vehicle, potentially locking a driver out of the vehicle, or having it drive to a location where it can be picked up by a tow truck.
I'm Kirkland Crawford with the Free Press Sports Department, trying to figure out what it'll take for Michigan to win a close game. Yet again, the Wolverines went into overtime on the road, this time on Sunday at Indiana. Yet again, they came up short, falling to the Hoosiers on their senior day, 75-73. Michigan, led by Hunter Dickinson's 24 points and Kobe Buffkin's 19, once again played well enough to win, but couldn't quite close out an opponent for a quality victory. Michigan, which had a chance at a double bye in the upcoming Big Ten tournament, will now play on Thursday to begin their run, and quite honestly, they probably need to win 3 games in 3 days in Chicago in order to secure an NCAA tournament bid. Meanwhile, Michigan State did get that double bye and won't have to play until Friday.
For more stories from the Detroit Free Press, be sure to check out freep.com. That's FREEP.com.